Chance together for Team Planet.
Imagine the year 2050 if we don't stop climate change.
Hi, honey, what are you doing?
Found these really cool books, Mommy. Mommy, look, Mommy, you should check out these books I found. I found them in the attic. It's got these like really crazy like white things. They look fuzzy. What are these, Mommy?
Oh my God, that's a polar bear.
What?
What's
What's that?
Years.
What? Where are they?
They are no longer on Earth.
Why? What happened to them, Mommy? What happened?
Global warming happens.
What's that?
Global warming is the warming of the Earth. It's created when humans used too many cars and fossil fuels and polluted the air and burned a hole through our atmosphere. And now the sun just beats down.
Why do you let that happen? How can you let that happen, Mommy?
It wasn't, my generation didn't take it seriously. No one believed in it.
All right, freeze. Now that right there is the first mistake people make when it comes to global warming. They don't believe in it. By not believing in global warming, you are basically helping to destroy the world. Measurements clearly show that the Earth has been warming for the past 100 years, and that's due to human activity. Scientists predict that in the next few years, global warming will be reversible. So today, we gotta act. We gotta do the little things to help prevent global warming. But I'll get back to that later.
I now know what my ignorance created, what a disaster we live in now.
I just wish we still had polar bears, Mommy. How did we let this happen?
I didn't even vote.
Wrong?
I didn't even vote.
What?
And Trump did this.
Hold on a second. You didn't even vote? She didn't even vote. Now, I know everyone has an excuse they can make why they didn't, but you can't fool yourself. You can't fool the planet. I know voting for Barack Obama, he didn't save the world in his 8 years, but things could have been a lot worse. Guess who's coming up soon? Donald Trump. He ran on the platform that global warming is a hoax, and people voted for him because not enough people cared to vote in favor of the environment. Not enough people cared to vote to stop the destruction of the planet. Why?
I now know how much my one vote actually mattered.
Yeah, it said right here that Donald Trump was the reason why global warming got worse after 2016. But this also says right here that there's different ways you could have fixed it. You could have gone out and learned about renewable energy. It says here that there's a lot of different ways you could have used renewable energies, and you could have learned about it, and you could have done things.
I know, I was just so uneducated. I didn't even know there was things that I could do.
Hold up, you see right there? You see, she was uneducated. She didn't go out and like learn about her life and about the world around her. She could have gone out and she could have learned about renewable energy, the things that are going to solve global warming. It's incredible what you can do with things like water, wind, energy, biomass, biofuels. They are all being used in significant ways and we're learning about them in new ways every single day. And just by learning about them yourself, you can help contribute to the solution rather than be part of the problem. Thank you. Please go out and learn. I'm begging you.
Even though we can't bring back Florida or New York City or polar bear, we can still do little things today to keep the little Earth that we have left.
All right, like I said before, there's a lot of things we can do to prevent global warming. One of those things is recycle. What recycling does is it prevents pollution. Because when people choose to burn their garbage instead of recycle it, what this does is it harms the ozone layer, which creates harmful gases to us. So if you're not going to recycle for the environment, do it for yourselves. Another thing we can do to prevent global warming is invest in solar panels. Because solar panels uses clean, pure energy from the sun, and it is very energy efficient. It also combats the greenhouse effect in our environment, which also combats global warming. One more thing we can do to prevent global warming is use public transportation. This is very fuel efficient, and it reduces each of your carbon footprints, and it conserves so much energy. So as you can see, guys, there's so many things we can do to prevent global warming. You just gotta get out there if you really, really value your future. Thank you.
Tag you in, Becca. I hope you all picked up on the individual powers you have to stand against the rising tide of global warming, because we have a lot of powers. But the most important power is the power you have to stand with others. If you stand together with others, you can stand twice as tall, 10 times as tall. If you reach enough people, you can stand 1,000 times as tall against global warming. But you have to reach out. We know that it's good to recycle, but imagine if you went and organized a church day where everyone in your community got a recycle bin. It's always good if you can afford an electric car, but it's going to take thousands if you want to get a subway system in your city to reduce your carbon footprint. Now, we've all got a collective duty to share in, but it's going to take more than just doing our own part. We've got to activate everybody. Most people do believe in global warming, and most people don't like what they see. But if we want to share a future with our children, we've got to share together in the collective duty in order to make it happen that our 2050 might look a little better.
Mom, I just had the worst dream that all the polar bears were dead. It was so scary.
You can go to the zoo right now.
Kelly, please, I want to see the polar bears. Let's go.
I'm so glad that I did what these guys have been telling you about for this presentation, because my son can now see a polar bear, and he can see New York City, and he can go vacation in Florida. So I hope you all leave here today with motivation to make a change so that your family can experience the things we experience today. Thank you.